What do you think of the report that Michael Jackson's body is missing from the Forest Lawn crypt? You're going to see these stories for the rest of eternity.
Well, Elvis is still not dead, right? I mean,
it's going to be forever. What do you think of Michael Jackson's marriage to Lisa Marie? Real or fake? Weird, at the very least.
This predates my interest in celebrity gossip. Does Joe Jackson have a chance to win his numerous lawsuits? What do you think about that? We talked about the criminal case. What do you think about the...
Well, Joe Jackson has to prove that he is a dependent of, or was a dependent of Michael Jackson.
In order just to be able to maintain the lawsuit at all, forget about the merits of the claim or not, he has to show that he's a dependent just to bring it.
And that's probably going to be decided by the trial judge, and that's going to be an interesting issue because he was not getting direct support from Michael because Michael had problems with him.
Yeah.
Michael cut him out of the will.
Yeah.
And so, is he a dependent? That's going to be an interesting issue because he got money, but he got it through Catherine.
And now Catherine's still getting money. And
well, Catherine's part of the will.
Right.
Joe is excluded. And the fact that Joe was excluded, I think, is going to be some evidence that Michael did not view him as a dependent. So that's going to be an issue for Joe. If he can't prove he's a dependent, he's out of court.
Correct.
So, assuming he gets viewed as a dependent, then it becomes a really interesting case, and I'll tell you why. Suppose, and we never even talked about this, but suppose Joe gets over that hurdle, and he's viewed as a dependent.
Right.
So then they try, was Murray negligent? Suppose the jury says yes.
Yes.
So then they go to the damages phase.
What are the damages Joe suffered?
So actually, Joe Jackson is making more money directly off of Michael now than he was when Michael was alive. When Michael was alive, he cut him off. Now that Michael is dead, Joe's got, these records that he's pushing using Michael Jackson. He's got this foundation, this corporation that he created after Jackson died last December.
Right.
He's arguably involved in the book and all the other stuff. So if he's actually making more money than he did when Jackson was alive.
Right. Well, there's two levels of
and then loss of companionship is an issue.
Loss of companionship would be the other issue.
But the
damages. But if they didn't like each other, there's no real loss of companionship or comfort or the other things.
Michael cut him out of the will.
He cut him out of the will, and they didn't have much of a relationship when he was alive.
And the word is that when Joe called, it was about business because that's what was being said when Joe was blaming Catherine for the death. Joe could have called Jackson too, but all they talked about was business.
Why do you think that it is that Catherine wants nothing to do with the wrongful death action? I mean, there's certainly a case there that the kids at least could bring. She probably, if she was a dependent, she might be able to
I think it's a good question, and I don't clearly know the answer, but she certainly doesn't want it brought through Joe.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
I think
that's it.
That may be it. How many hours of sleep did you get during the week of Michael Jackson's death? Very, very little.
We had a lot of stuff going on that week.
Why did the AG, Jerry Brown, decide to charge Murray with involuntary manslaughter? Brown did not do that. That was done by the District Attorney of LA County, Steve Cooley, who makes the decision. This is a DA case, an LA County DA case. It goes from the LAPD to the DA's office, and the DA's office files.
But Jerry Brown did attempt to get Conrad Murray's medical license revoked.
That's where he was involved.
California Medical Board.
And got shot down twice.
Yeah.
Were the drugs that were pooled in MJ's legs from the IV drip more indicative of a massive shot? There is evidence that he had a massive amount of propofol in him, and they were different concentrations. I think that's going to be a debatable issue in the trial.
Do you have any? You might not know the answer to this, but I wonder whether or not the medical examiners can determine whether or not the drugs entered the system all at once or in a long-lasting drip that came in. They probably can. I would think.
There were pools in certain areas and lower levels in other areas. I think it's going to be a contested issue in the trial.
Got it.
I think it's going to be a contested issue.
Murray's saying it all came in at once.
Right, but remember, all Murray has to do is create a reasonable doubt.
Right.
The prosecution has to prove beyond a reasonable doubt.
Right.
That's a huge difference.
Right.
The prosecution has to prove it happened. Right. All Murray has to do is raise a doubt that it happened.
No witnesses there except for Murray.
How many people is Joe Jackson going to sue over his son's death? Unclear. Interesting, he didn't sue AEG even though he filed a complaint with the medical board saying AEG was responsible, so he has not sued AEG. He's suing Murray's 2 medical clinics as well.
Right.
For those of you staffers who watched the This Is It, what did you think of it? I thought it was awesome.
I never saw it, but everybody here thought it was great.
It was unbelievable. It was so good. Is Joe's wrongful death court papers, it says, police also found in the house baggies of marijuana. No, they did. I don't know that there were baggies. They did find marijuana in the house.
But it was like rancid and old. Or
Yeah,
something.
and I don't think it was baggies full. I think they found some marijuana, but I know they did. But, huh?
One bag, they thought it was black tar heroin at first.
Right. Remember,
Black rancid.
they actually wrote in there black tar heroin, and then
They thought it was.
and then they had,
like rancid and gross.
and then they had it tested, right? And it was,
One little bag.
One
Right.
little bag. Okay.
Yeah.
What do you make of the very controversial autopsy result? I'm a medical professional, and to me it seems like the report could have been a patch job. I'm not sure what that means. I don't know. I apologize. You can write it in again.
Have you heard anybody criticize the medical report? Up
No,
until now?
no, I haven't. That's why I'm a little confused by that. What is your favorite Jackson family member, and who would you have on TMZ Live? Well, I'd have any of them on. My favorite, God.
Gotta go with the matriarch, right? Catherine?
No, my favorite is Janet.
Yeah. Really?
Well, no, I mean, I love Janet. I mean, I think she's really talented.
Yeah.
I think she's the most talented of them.
Yeah.
Of the ones still living.
Yeah.
I think she's got an interesting life. I think she had a closeness to Michael. So did Catherine. But Catherine's kind of older, and I don't know.
She doesn't have the singing career that would be the other side of the
I
interesting
mean,
interview.
I'd be in.
Wrongful death filed.
Wrongful death has just been filed.
They haven't made copies yet, but it's 100%.
Are we publishing?
You want to put something out?
Yeah. Hey, Daniel, can you just write something real quick? The wrongful death. So we're telling you the wrongful death lawsuit has just been filed. Just put something up real quick.
Wait, what?
Just that the wrongful death lawsuit has been filed. Can you put it in?
It's been filed.
Yeah. Hey, somebody please just put it up, like right now.
He's telling you something. I'm trying to listen.
It's been filed.
Somebody asked if TMZ's actually busy today, or we're just mailing it in before the weekend. Mailing it in, I think, is what we're doing today.
Well, you think we're not here? Oh, this is like the moon landing thing. Hold on one sec. Yeah. What? I don't know what that means. Oh, let me see that again. Oh, okay. This just in. It was hash, not pot.
There's a difference.
Okay, it was hash, not pot.
What's the difference?
I don't know what the difference is, but that was an expert.
Good thing to interrupt us for. That was important.
It's the same thing.
I thought TMZ was a credible news organization because it gave them credibility.
It was hash, not pot.
There we go.
That was a very credible person. Okay? And you know who you are. Okay.